Right. Hello, everybody. Hello. This is
Hello.
Crisula. Crisula and Penny and Sas and Nikki on the call tonight. Another live holistic, I call it master call because we managed to do so much in just a few minutes. We cover quite a lot. so, so there you are.
Stop.
Yeah. So there you are. Now we're going to carry on our exploration on the color olive. We are going through, yes, beautiful, yes. That's the magician, right? It's called the magician, yes. And this one here is the wheel of life.
Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Wheel of Life.
Wheel of Fortune. Sorry.
It's okay.
No.
Oh, look at you with all your colours. Wow.
Yay. So now, olive, according to the system of color mirrors, represents and supports hope, new beginnings, and feminine power, feminine essence. So if you think about the olive tree, is all about bringing hope to the world because it actually starts very small and then it grows, and then it's all about thinking in a positive way about what things can happen, how things can evolve, have faith and trust. So there's a mix. Basically olive mixes the solar plexus with your heart. So whatever your solar plexus feels is a natural connection. If you feel joy with your solar plexus, actually connection with your heart as well. So these two, the olive brings these two together, the yellow and the green. Today's call, I'll be one of these. I like to guide you through a meditation, olive meditation, and also we're going to talk. The question is going to be: it's open to all of us to discuss how to say yes to new beginnings. What are the key ingredients? What do we need to make a new start? So, and then of course we're going to bring in the olive as part of the conversation, but based on our own experiences, what is it that we tried and failed, or we tried and we succeeded? And I know Nikki would love to talk about something about new beginnings. Am I right to say that, Nikki?
Yes.
Yes. And
yes.
Penny has put together an article about decluttering, because one of the key areas we're going to explore on this course, on April course, is how we can maybe detox is not the right word, I don't know, how we can declutter our lives from things that no longer serve us and what we're here to bring in this life. It could be emotions, it could be things, it could be people that that upset us. I'm sorry I'm saying that, but this is I'm saying holistic. That's why we say holistically. It's not only what's happening emotionally, it's also happening physically and socially in our environment. So are we happy? Are we ready to start with an olive meditation to feel into the energy of olive?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would actually recommend, if you like to work with olive and see it in your life and see how that works. This is the actual spritzer that we use, and you can. But where the way you use it, you just spray it here. You spray it on and you just rub it in, and then you take it in. Okay, and then maybe you can actually all around your auric field as well, and then you can spray a little bit around, in your space. You can actually hold it. You can leave it in the lap. There's no only one suggestion. There's a multi ways of lots of ways of using it. Okay. So I'll take you through a relaxation first, and then we're going to move into being in a beautiful, beautiful setting, okay, using olive. All right, so relax, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Be with your body, for a moment. This is just time for you. Feel where you're holding tension and let it go. Let the relaxation start at the top of your crown and gently wash down like a warm, gentle energy, relaxing your forehead, your eyelids, your cheeks, and your jaw. Now relax the back of your head, your neck, and your throat. Relax your shoulders. Breathe into them and put down the burdens of the day. Put down the world outside. This is your time for your own healing. Really, think of these shoulders. Relax them. Relax your arms, your elbows, and your hands. Relax the muscles down your spine. Relax your chest. Let your breath come easily and gently. Relax your stomach muscles now. Really, just let go. Relax into your hips. Relax your thighs, your knees, your calves. Relax your ankles and your feet. Let the relaxation wash down like a warm, gentle energy, washing out every last bit of tension, out through the soles of your feet and into the earth where it is transformed. Now we're going to carry on. Just carry on with the relaxation. Find yourself in a forest with the sun shining through the leaves, so that the light is a perfect mixture of a yellow sunlight and green leaves. Breathe this beautiful olive green light into your lungs. Take a deep breath if you wish. Feel how easy it is to breathe in this color. This is the color olive. Allow your chest and your heart to expand. Feel how tall you feel in this forest and how wide the energy of your heart spreads as you keep breathing in this beautiful olive light. For a moment, think of someone in your life that needs some of this power and love. And just hold them in this warm light and then release them to their reality. And wrap yourself up in this beautiful, powerful, loving light. Take a moment to just experience how it feels in your body. What emotions does it bring to you? Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel supported? Do you feel excited? Or uplifted? Or energized? Every single one of you will have a different experience. Just feel, be more conscious of how olive energy connects with you. When you are complete with it and you're ready, come back on the call. We have a cat on the call as well.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, you caught only a bit of the part of the meditation, Constance. Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Well, I'm glad you did a little bit, and then you can go back and listen to it, watch it again.
I will.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Welcome, Constance. And
Thank you.
it's we're going to carry on with Olive, and today we actually did a relaxation and meditation with using the olive energy. Now, I'm always intrigued and curious how that the energy or how we went through the meditation, how did it resonate with you? What were your feelings or impressions? Nikki, would you like to start?
It revived me. It was quite tingly and sparkly. I felt kind of like lemon and mint.
Yeah.
So I really liked it.
Great.
I feel lighter, more energized from it.
Yes, yes. I would think so, but I guess it depends what your personal circumstances are, whether where you are at this stage at this present moment. Sarah, how did it feel for you?
I felt light and also open. I felt like a leaf, actually. That's how I was feeling. I was also, before you started, I was looking at my beautiful tulips and the lovely big leaves that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And they were very much a sort of olivey colour.
Mm-hmm.
And it just made me feel very, light, and all that lovely dappleness that comes through the trees and the leaves from the sunshine. I sort of felt all part of it. Yeah, it was beautiful. What is that me? Is that noise going on in the background? I can hear a man talking. Is that just me?
I can hear it too.
Yeah, it sounds like
I just
television.
wonder, Constance, have you got a TV here?
Yeah, I think so. I will go to another room. Maybe that will be easier.
That would be great. Thank you.
I was trying to think, is it me? It's normally me making the noise or something in the background, either a cat or a child or some music they put on or something.
So the olive spritzer is got essential oils, lemongrass, pine, and rosemary. We're going to look at the essential oils on another call. So yes, it's lemongrass, pine, and rosemary. Which I would think, they're quite uplifting, as if you.
Yes.
Yeah, quite strong.
Yeah.
Lemongrass lifts depression.
Yes.
One of its benefits.
So, Penny, over to you. What was your connection with olive?
I have against my heart, because I'm working with the magician at the moment anyway, but it was just so smooth and peaceful. And it was like, it just felt as if all this really soft olive energy just came into my body. It was very, very peaceful.
Lovely. Yeah, gorgeous. Constance, I don't know whether you had a chance to connect with Olive because you came halfway through, but did you experience anything?
I thought it was really uplifting, the color. I tried to get it into my system.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that it was really, I needed actually to land a bit. So it was not the total experience that you would normally expect. But I thought it was a really uplifting color. And although I don't have anything like clothes in that color, it felt really uplifting.
Good. Maybe you will get some clothes in that color now.
Yeah. I was looking for it today, but I thought, hey, I don't even have that.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Great.
I just noticed.
Yeah. Well, you can always watch the video call back again once I put it out there. So you take it. You can do the meditation as often as you like, basically. Brilliant. Now, olive is the color that supports new beginnings. Now, for any new beginning, what would you say are the key ingredients? What do we need to make a new start? Whether it is a very small start, or something very simple and basic, or it could be something really transformational, like moving from one country to another. You know what I mean? Like, I've experienced that. Penny has experienced that. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that, or even moving from one house to another house. That requires, it's a new beginning. But it could be, starting a new job, or starting, a new relationship, a romantic relationship. I mean, there are various, beginnings in life, and they're always happening, whether we like it or not.
Yes.
So however, the more conscious we are, and the more kind of supporting ourselves and helping ourselves to make that beginning, that maybe it's not always going to be smooth, because nothing life is guaranteed to be smooth and full of roses, but
No.
at least we have a, we give ourselves a better shot at it, like we try our best, and also we feel more supported holistically again, emotions, physical and mental, psychological, socially, within our environment. So what would you say? I mean, I'm opening up to you, and of course I will contribute as well, but what would you say is one of the key ingredients? I mean, there's no right or wrong answer here, because everything you put in would be valuable and worthwhile. So Penny, would you like to start?
Okay, I think for a big shift, like moving to another country or something like that, I think you have to have courage. I do think you have to break through the fear barrier, and I think you have to have that faith and trust that everything is unfolding as it should be for you. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I think you just have to sometimes jump off the ship and then worry about the swimming when you get in the sea.
All the sharks.
Hope you're going to give us yes. So, yeah, well, if I add to that, because I've experienced moving from one country to another country once, twice, 3 times so far in my life, and it may happen again. I don't say no to that opportunity. It's courage is one major ingredient, major quality, if you like, but also, as you mentioned, Penny, is trust that things will work out. And no matter what, things will somehow things will manifest. Somebody will come to help you out. Somebody will. And I've experienced that, and I said, wow, how did I do it? And without anybody, I was on my own back then. I was not in a relationship to be supported, and I was leaving family behind, and all of that. And then I was settled in London when I left, and I went to France and teaching in France. And I didn't have nothing apart from a job. I had that, I did have the job. At least I knew there would be money coming in to support me. But I had no house, I had no friends, I had nobody else there, and just it's the faith in what I was actually wanting to experience that is going to be really worthwhile. It's having like really trusting the power inside you, and trusting that somehow life will support you. Things will move into your direction, and if things don't, because it doesn't always happen like that. What do you learn from it? Step back and see what do you learn from it, instead of just completely losing your faith and completely going to complete collapse situation. How can you make something out of it to support you? And also asking for help. Be more open to ask for help, to really communicate and go out there, reach out there. Makes you more communicative, more sociable. You've got to.
Yes.
You can't just live on your own. You've got to get out there and create friendships and create, see what's happening in another country or in the town where you moved in. It's I remember whenever I wanted to move or make a big change like that in my life, I was feeling, butterflies in my stomach, but I was also feeling so excited. I was feeling elevated. I was feeling like that. I was feeling really full of excitement. Stressful though, to be honest with you, because you've got so much to do. All the packing to do and everything. But, it's definitely the pluses are so many. The minus and the there's no comparison. Yeah. So another example, another experience you had of a new beginning. It could be when you decided to change jobs and completely change your lifestyle, and that would be another possibility.
Well, for me, I need to feel inspired.
Yeah.
So it's an inner feeling of sort of, as you say, excitement, but feeling inspired to move, even though you're not sure whether the net will be there to hold you, catch you. It's just trusting that if you're following your heart, you know that it's not it's something you feel compelled to do, that you trust that it will be there to support you. So for me, it's just aligning, making sure I'm in alignment with what I'm doing, and checking in with the heart and seeing how it feels, and trying to discern between what's fearful and what's just a bit of trepidation about a meeting for something new, coming to embrace something new. Is that feeling that you're getting, is it one that's saying no, could be a really bad move, or is it the fear of just trying something new? So to me, it's discernment as well, tuning into that. Oh, is it just me on a crazy one? Is this really the path I'm supposed to be going down? So it's just sitting with myself in quietness and just trusting. And sometimes you take the step, don't you, in that direction, in another direction, and then you just go, actually, no, what am I doing? So it's just sometimes you have to move to get feedback. So that's what I do. I get inspired. I take the movement, I tune in and go, yeah, this feels good. Or actually, no, it doesn't. You know, that sometimes you step into a relationship and you think this is going to be it. And then after the first couple of dates, you think, I think I misread that one. I think I'll quickly step back before I get too involved or get too figured out of. So I don't think there's anything. I think sometimes you do make a mistake, so it feels like that, but it's just not feeling you've got to carry on doing it just because you took that step, and knowing that you can actually change direction at any time. So that's what I would say, is the confidence to trust yourself to take that step.
And create that space. Create that space where you can actually allow the stillness and allow this discernment, as you call it. Yes. So brilliant. Thank you, Penny and Sarah. So Nikki, what would you like to contribute here now? Anything else that comes from your own experience, or just an insight you've got?
Well, I think determination plays a big part as well. Once you've made your plan, say, like at the moment, I'm trying to change my daily routine, get up at a different time, do my day in a different order, work around clients. But I have to be determined. It might work one day, the next day I think, I don't know, or the next day, I can't be bothered to do that whatever I'd planned at 9 o'clock or whatever. And you have to have that determination to give it its worth, to see if it really does work.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And I think also whenever we try to make a new start, is be consistent with it, because we can make a start and then stop and make another start and stop and make another start and stop, and that's quite disheartening. For you, but also actually say, okay, I'm going to stick with it, and then see how it's going to work out, how it's going to evolve.
Being consistent.
True. And somehow, it's good to have a plan at the end of the day, but also be flexible that something else can change and something else can pop up. So a little bit of structure is good, to say, okay, I need to have a kind of a deadline. By then I need to get that sorted, and by then I need to speak to that person. But also within that, have some flow, some fluidity, that things could come and don't get knocked out, like completely out of your balance if something else happens. And that like when you are really that happens when you are in a connection with your inner power, and you feel that what you're doing, you have that, your intuition. I think that's the word I'm looking for. You follow also your gut feeling. Now we've got a few minutes left before the call. I always like to mention that if we have another 7-8 minutes before the end of the call. So, and I like everybody to have the opportunity to share your experiences from making in the beginning, but also something you tried and maybe it didn't work out, and then you would have done it differently now. Maybe that would be the case as well. What would that be? Anything you'd like to offer, Constance?
Something I tried. No, but when I was listening to you, I thought sometimes you stop when you're nearly there.
Yes.
Because you get disappointments, and then you think, well, I still keep going, and then when you have had many of them, then you suddenly think maybe it's not working, and sometimes you need to step over that and try again and again, because behind that is where you're going to reach success. So I notice sometimes I stop too early.
Yes, thank you for that, Constance. Yes, yes, I've experienced that in my life too. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can relate to that. Yes.
And it's not that you're not strong enough to keep your structure and to do what you intended to do, but then when you have too many disappointments or something is not working, and you suddenly think, maybe I was all wrong, and that's not always true.
Yeah, it's the actual the little voice in your head starts talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
do any of you use angel cards? Do any of you use oracle cards?
Yeah, I do.
I use the Calomiris one, yes, Penny. But you use different.
I use an array of cards. Yeah. But that for me there's been times when I've thought, oh my God, and I've gone and picked a card, and the card has been perfect, and it's almost like it's put me back on track.
Yeah.
I think oracle cards are amazing, and I think they're very rarely wrong. So for me, it's like an invisible group of friends giving you some guidance.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel that there's been times when cards have just made me think, oh, thank goodness. And it just shifts the energy around if I was worried about something.
Yeah.
I sometimes use ask and you shall receive cards, and they really give you some feedback about the frequency that you're currently on.
Yes.
And what's, as a result of that, what you're giving out and what you like to be receiving. So that can also give you, because sometimes it's difficult, isn't it, to discern when you're so close to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Step outside of it sometimes. You get so into it. You're in the trees. You can't see how to get out.
You're in the olive forest.
You're in the olive forest, yeah.
It's like Sleepy Beauty is in that forest, and it's like these things you can't see, and you just sometimes need a little bit of a height.
Yeah.
So I use the cards or dowsing, and I think that's why people come to readings and things.
Yes.
Because I say to everybody, you know everything that I'm going to be telling you because it's your higher self telling me, but because sometimes you're stuck down in the woods, it's very difficult sometimes to hover above the tree and get a bigger viewpoint.
Yeah.
So I think that getting another viewpoint, a different angle, a different perspective I find very helpful. When you say, am I doing it right? Am I hitting my head against a brick wall here? Maybe you should just go and get a job in Tesco's. Who am I kidding? You know what I mean? So you have, I admit I have moments of doubt, and then I keep getting reminders to trust in yourself and your intuition. So I always come back to trusting myself, but there are times when I go a bit wobbly, and I go, should I be doing this?
And
everybody does.
Wobbly days.
Yes, we do have our wobbly days, unfortunately or fortunately, because even when this happens, it's a good thing, because it's an indication that you've got to stop, you've got to reflect, you've got to relax, you need to retreat. Maybe when we are always pushing, we don't always have the chance to see clearly. And then that doesn't help either. So when the wobbliness starts happening, it's an indication. And then instead of, persevering and say, go for it, it's actually saying, okay, press pause here, and then do something that really you can feel more relaxed and more at ease with yourself. Stillness, as we talked before, go out for a walk, meditate, do that, or go for a dance, whatever. It makes you feel more alive and more, brings more joy in life. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for your insights and your sharings. It felt really good to talk about new beginnings. We're going to carry on Olive and Hope and Feminine Power on the next call. But I also like us to touch on the topic of decluttering, because whenever we make a new start, getting rid of things that, may sort of stop us from taking this step, making these decisions, being, positive about growth and have faith. This is what we need. So next Monday, I'll see you at 7 p.m. Thank you so much for being in the call. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Priscilla.
For now.
Lovely to connect with all of you.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
We've got 1 minute 45 seconds left. Quickly, any insights? Any moments of wisdom, ladies?
Affirmation. When you have the wobbly moments, I walk around talking to myself, saying, "I am trust." Okay. And I just do that all the time, and that helps with wobbly moments. Or I surrender. Just that continual talking to myself. I am trust.
Yeah, it could be also I am love. I am joy.
Yes. Whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
I am one with the universe. It'll guide me in every waking moment.
Ask me more than that.
When you get yourself out of the picture, that's when I find it's best flows.
Yeah,
I think the more you push, the more the resistance comes up. And I really do feel that just sitting back, I think it's getting into that masculine energy of the doing and the directive aspect of it, whereas the female is more receptive, waiting for the inspiration to come rather than pushing. And I found when I release and go, okay, I'm just going to sit here and not do to make myself feel important or worthwhile or valued. I'm just going to sit here, and inevitably, it might be a day or two, the guidance will come. And I think maybe that's where the feminine power comes. It isn't necessarily taking on the masculine role, but allowing ourselves to surrender to receiving the influx, incoming information. And it doesn't always come, 9 o'clock on a Monday morning, all week. Sometimes you can be saying, okay, and I think it's that control